because James Gunn and David Zaslav, right? David Zaslav is the president or CEO or whatever, or he's the president of Warner Bros. And so there was a few things that he confirmed, and so I wanted to speak about it because I thought it was very, very interesting. So it says this. It says there is going to be a super family movie. So Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav confirmed in a recent earnings call that Gunn is already writing and will direct the next installment in the super family cinematic saga, and that's from Variety. It says, though details are limited, it's known that David Cornsweet's Superman will appear prominently. But this film isn't necessarily a direct sequel to the 2025 Superman. Gunn even hinted that it's not Superman 2. So, alongside the Super Family film, DC Studios plans to roll out two other projects. Number one, Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow, Clayface, which is, kind of a big tonal shift into horror. And a new Wonder Woman movie is being fast tracked. Thank gosh that one of the Trinity is getting something that's being fast tracked and worked on. We don't really know anything about the script or anything like that. And obviously, we're getting Peacemaker, right? Season 2. I'm pretty sure we're getting another Penguin show, and we're getting the Lanterns. That's all from Variety. Okay, now I want to talk about another thing. It says this: there is a unified, quality-focused DC vision. So CEO Zaslav and co-heads James Gunn, Peter Safran, they are steering the DCU toward a precise and measured strategy, emphasizing fewer and more character-driven stories rather than quantity, which is obviously, that like definitely a shot at the MCU because that's what they did and they hurt them, just putting out a bunch of crap. And the fresh Superman film has already grossed over 550 million globally, signaling a winning new direction, obviously. And Gunn also infused the film, whatever. Okay, so I want to talk about my thoughts in regards to the whole super family thing, because it does seem like, right, Superman is going to be more than what I at least thought. Obviously Superman was the first movie, but I didn't think that they were going to already start working on a sequel. And, this is what I think about this. I think he's going to be, the lead of a lot of things. But with this second super family movie, I think that this is going to set up a type of super family relationship. Not saying that, Kara and Clark Kent are both going to be in the same movie. I mean, I don't know if this Superman, family movie is going to be that, but I think that they're going to pair him up with someone else that is in the Superman family that could maybe signal something to be, building in the greater future. Because I do think the idea of having a super family could be fun because we're taking the most powerful characters in the DCU. Okay, if you are a Kryptonian, you are one of the most powerful characters ever, right? And all of them hanging out together eventually sounds fun, right? But the question is, right, who is going to be in this super family? Because we know Supergirl is next, right? And Superman is going to be in that to an extent. But also the question is, right, who else is going to be that? And me, to myself, I question, who is going to be in this super family? Because I don't think we're going to get a clone of Superboy, right? Because, the clone is, the Lex Luthor and Superman. I don't think we're getting that. But what if we do get Superboy? But what if Superboy came from the future, right? What if Superman, Supergirl, Superboy have to deal with some intergalactic stuff? What if Superman in this movie is put in a future, right, for a movie with a futuristic team like the Legion of Superheroes? If you guys don't know, the Legion of Superheroes is, they're basically in some deep stuff, and they ended up pulling a younger version of Clark Kent. He ended up becoming Superman, and his basically origin of becoming, the Superman that they all knew was basically the movie. I'm not saying it's going to be directly that because we already have a Superman that is established. But what I think that, right, is if James Gunn is going for it, it has to be something unheard of. And I think it's going to be something insane and different. Because if you think about it, if we do another Metropolis, Kent Farm Superman with a villain, look, it's going to feel the same. It's literally going to feel the same as the first one. And what I've been learning with Superman and the Fantastic Four lately is that, what I expect to happen usually doesn't happen. And my thinking lately has been think about some of the most outrageous things. Obviously has to be in line with, the lore and all that. And not, I'm not saying Superman's going to go on a killing spree like that. But I've been trying to think very wide margin into what James Gunn could do with Superman that could be different. And so I think that if you want to take Superman to the next level, if you want to do something different, why not put David Cornsweet's Superman in some type of future with other characters? If we get a good version of Brainiac or something like that, and then maybe we get Power Girl, I don't know, and we get to see a movie where Superman is in the future, and at the end of the movie, bro just comes back to Metropolis and, he's chilling. I I think that you could go that route and do something super crazy. And the question that I would want to ask you guys, like, do you and like, do you think that would be a crazy, idea when it comes to a Superman movie, or do you think that the Superman movie is going to do more of just to I don't want to say the movie is solely, based on serving the DCU, but do you think this is just going to be a DCU served movie? I don't really think so because they're going a whole different route with this universe in general. Because I mean, look, we are getting Supergirl next, we are getting Lanterns next, we are getting Clayface next. Those are movies that I would not have picked. So I'm just really thinking about things being different in that way.